Hello students, welcome back to the online class of physics. This is your Naima Miss. In our previous class, we have been learning about heat, and what did we learn there? We have learned the difference between heat and temperature, but still we were going on with the activities to know more about the heat. So in today's class, we will see the difference between heat and temperature also. So what we are going to see is what we have learned in our previous class. We have learned in the previous class about the thermal equilibrium, right? We have learned about thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium means what? We have said that thermal equilibrium means here what is happening, the temperature, that is the temperature, more temperature, that is the heat, the thermal energy, that is nothing but heat energy. Thermal energy, also called as heat energy, this is getting transferred from the body which is containing low heat energy. It is getting transferred from the high heat energy to the low heat energy. Okay, low heat energy body. That means it is getting transferred from the hot body to the cold body, right? It is getting transferred from the hot body to the cold body, and it is reaching the point at which the temperature is getting equal. Okay, it is getting the point at which both the temperature of the bodies remains equal. It is neither getting now transformed or it is not transferred, or either it is not getting gaining or losing. So at that point it is called as thermal equilibrium, right? So we have seen two different bodies, that is A and B, in thermal contact. Okay, we are supposing a body A and B, they are in thermal contact individually, but another system, that is will the system A and B be in the thermal equilibrium? Is there any hope? If the two different systems A and B in thermal contact are in thermal equilibrium individually with another system C, okay, with another system C, will the system A and B remains in thermal equilibrium? So to know that, if A is in thermal equilibrium with C, then both have the same temperature. Similarly, if B is in thermal equilibrium with C, then these both also have equal temperature. So that means these three bodies can also be in thermal equilibrium when they are in thermal contact. Is it clear? So as I said, the SI units of heat is what? Joule, right? And the CGS unit is calories. Okay, calorie, C-A-L-O-R-I-E, calorie. The amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 Celsius is called as calorie. So 1 calorie is taken as 4.186 joule. Okay, and the SI unit of temperature, I said Kelvin, Celsius, or you can say degree Celsius or Fahrenheit. Okay, so 1 degree Celsius, 0 degree Celsius is equal to 273 kelvins. Okay, 0 degree Celsius is equal to 273 kelvins. So the temperature in kelvins is equal to 273 plus temperature in degrees Celsius. So when we are measuring it in kelvins, we can say that K is equal to 273 plus whatever temperature we have acquired. Okay, we are adding these both and we are getting K. So add 273 to the value of temperature whatever we have received in degrees Celsius, and you will get the temperature in the Kelvin scale. So if you get the value in Celsius, degrees Celsius, and you are asked for the Kelvin, simply you add that 273 to the value of temperature in degrees Celsius you have received. Fine. So today let us see temperature and kinetic energy. Okay, let us see temperature and kinetic energy. So when we are we will take two examples. That is, one, we will take we'll take a bowl, and in one bowl we'll take water which is hot. Okay, and in another bowl we will take water which is cool. Okay, and to this we will add a small grain of color, food color. Okay, small grains of food color in both the containers. We will add in both hot water and cold water. You will see that the movement of these grains will be randomly. Okay, they will get randomly. When you observe, simply if you do at your home also, you will observe they will start moving randomly. Okay, but the movement, that is called as jiggling movement. Okay, color jiggles, it starts mixing up, it starts moving around. Okay, so that movement will be more in the hot water when compared to the cold water. Why like that? Because we know that bodies possess kinetic energy when they are in motion. What happens? They possess kinetic energy when they are in motion. So here if you see, the movement of these color grains is more random, more you can say, when compared to the cold water. There also you see they will mix up, but if you mix in hot water, it will mix up more fastly, more steadily. So we know that the body possesses kinetic energy when they are in motion. At the speed of motion of particles, that is the grains of the food color in the bowl of water, is different. So we can say that they have different kinetic energy. Okay, so both these have different kinetic energy. So different kinetic energy of hot water is different, and kinetic energy of cold water is different. So thus we conclude that the average kinetic energy of the molecules by the particles of hotter body is greater than that of the colder body. So we can say that the temperature of a body is an indicator of average kinetic energy of the molecules of that body. So the average kinetic energy of the molecule is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Okay, so whatever the kinetic energy is there of the body, whether it is whatever it is, hot water or cold water, it is directly proportional to the temperature, absolute temperature. Fine. So we'll go with another activity and we will see whether there is any transformation of temperature if the bodies are also different. Suppose we are taking water to water. Till now we have learned about water is temperature of water is getting transferred from hot water to the cold water, or hot milk to the cold milk, right? Or the hot milk to the cold water, right? So in today's activity we will see about the temperature transformation is taking place or not taking place in the we will take some oil and we will take the water and we will observe the activity. So what we are doing, we are taking a container, okay, one container in which we are adding the water. Right? We are adding the water. This is the water layer, right, which is hot. Okay, this water is hot. Now to this water we are adding, on this water we are adding the oil also, and we know that oil and the water doesn't get mixed with each other, right? So this layer of oil will be above the layer of water only, so they don't get mixed up. Now what we are doing, we are taking a lid with two holes on it and one thermometer we are placing in this layer of oil. Okay, and another thermometer we are placing in the deeper layer of the, so this is the top layer, which is hot water. Okay, down layer, sorry, this is the hot water layer, and this is your oil layer, okay, which is not hot. So what we are doing, we are just leaving this for some time, and we are observing the temperature after some time. That is, if you see, this is hot water, right, and this is cold oil. Now you see, after some time the level of temperature, a thermometer of this oil starts increasing. Okay, it starts increasing slowly, whereas the temperature of the water starts decreasing slowly. Okay, so we can see that there is an increase in the temperature of oil and decrease in the temperature of water. Okay, decrease in the temperature of water. So with this we can say that heat is the energy that flows from the hotter body to a colder body. Temperature is the quantity that denotes which body is hotter, which body is colder. So temperature determines the direction of heat flow, whereas heat is the form of energy that flows. So I hope it is clear, children. I hope this activity is clear. So with this we end up today's video, and I request you all to obey your parents, respect your parents, and hopefully I am very sure that my students will definitely listen to me, and that they will obey the teachers and obey the parents, and will also try to follow the syllabus and classes, and try to complete the lessons of other video parts listening. Okay, thank you for watching the video. Go through the textbooks after the video completion. Thank you.